Good evening. The march that she's talking about, we started in Louisiana in the 9th Lower Ward in New Orleans, and it was a combination march caravan through the South and up the Midwest to Detroit, to the U.S. Social Forum. I wanted to talk a little bit about poverty and how that connects to war. The majority of soldiers in any war who are asked to fight, whether on our side, their side, are always the poor. It is not a poor person from a poor community, either here in the U.S. or out there in the Middle East, who starts war, who benefits from war, but we are the ones who pay the highest price. We are the ones who are asked to point the guns and live with the nightmares and come back to the nightmare of poverty from whence we came. Katrina happened 4 years ago. And today there's still no schools. There are not any clinics. People are still living, and I've personally met them, in shelters scattered throughout the South and Midwest. But yet BP oil gets protected by the government. It is okay for them to come and drill and devastate a community that has already been devastated and hasn't been helped. And I can guarantee you that half of the young people, after leaving New Orleans after Katrina, are probably in Iraq right now fighting a war. Because when you do not have a job at a living wage that you can support your siblings, your girlfriend, your child, you have very little choices for education, what is the first thing you think about doing? I might as well enlist, and at least I can get my education later. And you guys gonna have to time me because I really suck at time. Okay. You know, I've been married twice, and in my first marriage, I had a nephew who I helped raise, saw him grow up. He got a girl pregnant in high school, married her, and they had a daughter who did not have any hard bones from the waist down. She was born with soft bones. And joined the military. You know, he's from the ghettos of New York. What else are you going to do? You know? And I was horrified when he was telling stories about, you know, what was going on over there. How he was killing children and women. And didn't know who the enemy was when people were walking up to him. I was like, I raised you better than that. How could you be doing this? And he said, Titi, what do you want me to do? There's no health care here for my child. I'm just following orders. It's a job. It's the only way I can provide for my daughter. It's the only way that she is going to have all the medical supplies that she is going to need. So as long as I can, I have to stick it out and I have to fight this war. How many other young people know nothing about the politics in the Middle East, know nothing about what's going on over there? All they know is a paycheck and an access to health care. That is a horrible reason to have to go out to war. But it is the only reason why soldiers sign up since the beginning of time. Anywhere that you can point at, all the soldiers, all of them were poor. And all of them were fighting for somebody else's cause. And not one soldier ever economically benefited from fighting a war. Never came back to a neighborhood with housing. Never came back to a neighborhood without drugs. Never came back to a neighborhood with jobs. And that's the message that we need to be putting out in our communities. That becoming a soldier does not make you somebody. Fighting up, standing up for what is right. That's what makes you somebody in the community. And like the gentleman said, he's right. I don't have $1.95. I ain't got a token to put on the bus to get to a rally that's up in the suburbs. You've got to come into our communities. You have got to be in the ghettos. You've got to be in East Kensington, in the poor white neighborhoods, in the poor black neighborhoods, in the poor Asian neighborhoods. You have got to be in the poor neighborhoods because we are the ones who are being told to go out and fight wars. You've got to come into our neighborhoods. The rallies have got to be down the street from my house so that not only I'm there, but my children are there. even if it means going in front of every high school that has ROTC programs, because those are the people our children are looking up to, not us, unfortunately. But it's because we are not there. Sorry. Thank you very much.